Welcome to Barefoot in America. Today we're filming from Canyon de Chelly in Chinle, Arizona, and just really excited to bring you this Barefoot in America practice. Carl and I are out traveling and we're in Navajo reservation land, and really excited to just bring in the elements that are around us. The wind is blowing today. There's intense sun, cool breeze, and just on this cliff of the Junction viewing point. If you like what you're seeing in Barefoot in America, please subscribe, like, and comment. Share comments with me. I love to respond to you. And today we're going to bring out our inner warrior and do a few fun things on the mat. So I'm just going to invite you to start, though, sitting in opening meditation. Just taking the time to let your hands rest upon your lap, maybe creating a mudra with thumb and index finger. Hands resting on your knees, sitting on a block or a bolster or whatever serves you well. Rooting your sits bones and lengthening your spine. Close your eyes. Take a moment to just go inward. Connect with your mind, body, and spirit. Connect with your breath. Inhaling deeply. And exhaling completely. Slow, steady breaths. And sensing the inner stirrings within yourself. As you bring hands to heart center, palm to palm. An Anjali Mudra. Taking the moment to set an intention for your practice today. Release your hands. Come on over to all fours, hands and knees. From hands and knees, sit back to child's pose. I'm just going to take one round of the floor, Sun Salute. Drop your elbows to the mat. Inhale, scoop yourself up to cow posture, creating that sway in your back, head and tailbone lift. Exhale to cat. Sit back to child's. Inhale up to all fours. Sweep your arms up and overhead. Reach for the sun. Exhale, arms to cactus. Sit halfway back. Inhale, reach back up. Sweep the arms down beside you. Bow into child's. Inhale your arms out in front of you. Come up to all fours. Sweep your left foot forward between your hands. Sink into the low lunge of Anjaneyasana. Maybe fingertips on the ground. And if it would serve you well, you could put blocks under your hands. Take some slow, steep breaths here. Slow, deep breaths here. Feeling the front of the right hip opening, sinking deeply into your left knee, lifting your heart. Release the stretch. Bring the left knee back to meet the right. All fours, sit back to child's. Inhale to all fours. Sweep the right foot forward between your hands, sinking into Anjaneyasana. Bending the right knee really deeply. Opening up the front of the left hip. Lifting your heart. Slow, steady breath. Bring your right leg back to meet your left. Sit back to child's pose. Inhale up to all fours. Tuck your toes. Take your first downward dog. Press firmly down and forward through your hands. Lifting your hips up and back. Maybe a micro bend in your knees so you can really lengthen your spine. And once you get settled with a long spine, slowly straighten the knees just a bit. From here, walk your feet forward to meet your hands, standing in a forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Standing nice and tall in mountain. From here, giant step your right foot back, toes at a 45-degree angle. Sink into warrior one, bending your left knee deeply, rooting your right heel with a straight leg, pelvis squaring to the top of the mat, pulling in the low belly, float the arms overhead. Feel the strength in your warrior one. Take a deep breath in. Exhale your hands down in front of your foot, a bit of a distance, and then float the right leg up for a variation of warrior three. Set the right foot back down, this time making it parallel to the back of the mat. Cartwheel your arms up, warrior two. Sink into your left knee, a straight, strong right leg. Shoulders right over hips, gazing out over your left middle finger. Sinking deeper and deeper into the left knee as your torso stays stacked right over the pelvis. Pull the belly in and feel the pelvis splaying open here. Exhale, hands to hips. Straighten your left leg, turn the toes forward. Turn your toes in relationship to your hips. Interlace your fingers behind you or hold your wrists or elbows. Take a deep breath in, lift your heart. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Dive, fold forward. Arms could go up to the sky. Stay in the wide-legged forward fold as long as it's comfortable for your arms up behind you, and at any point lower the hands to the mat. Everyone releasing the hands down and walk the hands forward. Take a wide-legged downward dog. Press firmly down and forward through your hands, lifting hips up and back. Walk your hands back to where they're just underneath your shoulders. Take a moment to turn your toes out. Crisscross your arms, right arm in front of the left, integrating right and left. From here, bend your knees now into a deep, deep squat. Opening your pelvis, thinking of knees stacked right over ankles, so contracting the glutes, pointing the knees over second, third toe. If this is enough, stay right here. If you want to play, do a heel raise, lift to the ball of your feet. And lower the heels down. Uncross your hands. Turn your right toes to the top of the mat, left toes to the long side. Float the arms up, sink back into warrior two now on the other side of your mat. Taking all things in reverse, similar to what we do in the moon salutation. Just a little different. Keep sinking into the right knee. Press through the outside edge of the left foot. Gaze out over right middle finger. We're going to cartwheel our arms down to the floor. Bring your hands forward in front of the right foot and float your left leg up for that variation of warrior three. Left toes and kneecap point to the earth. Root through the right leg. Lengthen your spine. And now set your left foot down in that 45-degree configuration. Strongly bend your right knee. Float the arms up. Warrior one. Pelvis squaring to the top of the mat. Belly pulls in. Heart lifts. A deep bend in the right knee and a rooting through your left heel. Exhale, hands to heart. With grace, step the left foot forward. Pause in mountain. Feel the strength in your stance. We're going to take this same exact sequence now in reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116 Giant step your left foot back, toes at a 45-degree angle. Sink into your right knee, square your pelvis to the top of the mat, pull in the low belly, lift your heart, float your arms up. Feel your strength in Warrior One. And now we're going to shift our weight coming into that variation of Warrior Three. Hands come down to the floor about a torso's length in front of your foot. Float left leg up. Toes and kneecap point to the earth. Lengthen your spine. Root through the right leg. Return left foot back to the ground. This time, toes point to the long side of your mat. Cartwheel the arms up. Warrior Two. Sink into the right knee. Gaze out over right middle finger. Imagine someone's grabbing your left arm, pulling you back so your shoulders stay stacked over your hips. Rooting through the outside edge of your left foot. Low belly pulls in, pelvis is splaying open. Bring your hands to your hips. Straighten the right leg, turn the toes towards the long side of the mat. And take a moment to turn your toes in relationship to your heels. And again, interlace hands behind you. Maybe put the other thumb on top if you're interlacing fingers. Always work with your edge. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Fold forward. Arms might float to the sky. Bow into the forward fold. At any point, release your arms if it's best for you. And all of us releasing our arms, hands to the earth, walk them forward. Take another wide-legged downward dog. Rooting through the hands, pressing the hips up and back. Feel the juiciness of the stretch. Let the shape be the medicine. Opening the body, creating tensegrity in the fascial system by creating a pushing through the hands, a pulling in the legs. Walk your hands back till they're right underneath your shoulders, crisscrossing them, this time left arm in the front. Turn your toes out and sink into your knees. Bend your hips and knees deeply into a squat. Feel the pelvic floor expanding, the knees pointing right over second, third toe. If this is enough, stay here. If you want to play, raise the heels, come up to the balls of your feet. And lower the heels back down, release the hands. Turn your left toes to the short side of the mat, right toes to the long side. Bring your arms up, sink into Warrior Two. Gazing out over the left middle finger, left knee bends deeply, as if someone's pulling your right arm back to keep your shoulders stacked right over your hips. A straight, strong right leg. And now bring your hands down to the earth and walk them out in front of your left foot so you can float your right leg up. Toes and kneecap point to the earth. Lengthening your spine. Rooting in the left foot to rise up in the energy of the shape. And now right foot comes back down, toes at a 45-degree angle. Sink into the left knee, float the arms up. Warrior One. Sinking into the left knee, rooting through the right heel, pelvis squaring off to the top of the mat. Belly pulls in, heart lifts. Feel your strength. Exhale, hands to heart, and with grace, step the right foot forward. Stand tall in your mountain. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale to the flat back. Exhale, fold, walk your feet back, downward dog. Pause and dog. Lower to your knees, sit back to child's. One more floor sun salute. Drop the elbows to the mat. Inhale, up to cow. Exhale to cat. Sit back to child. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Tall kneeling, reach for the sky. Salute the sun. Exhale, arms to cactus. Sit halfway back. Sway your back. Inhale, reach again. Pull the tummy in as you lift your heart to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. Arms come down by your side. Sweep the arms out in front of you. Come to all fours. Left foot forward between your hands. Sink into Anjani Asana. Lift your heart. Stay right here. If you want a little more, take lizard lunge. Left hand comes to the inside of the left leg. Left foot shimmies out to the edge of the mat. Sink deeply into the bend of the left hip. Slide the right leg back if you need to. And then I like to use a block under my elbows, at least for the start. And the goal here, continue to keep lengthening your spine. You're feeling a stretch in the front of your right hip as you sink deeply into the left knee. The left big toe knuckle grounds so that the knee stays stacked over the ankle. There's a tendency for the knee to want to flare here out to the side. Do your best to keep the knee stacked right over the foot ankle. Release the lizard lunge. Frame your hands of the left foot. Bring your left foot back to meet the right. Sit back to child. Inhale up to all fours. Right foot forward between the hands. Sink into Anjani Asana. Lifting your heart. Bending the knee deeply. And if you want to try lizard, right hand comes to the inside. Right foot sinks out. Maybe you slide your left knee back a bit. Sinking into the deep stretch. And eventually bringing your elbows down to the floor or a block. The goal for this knee to stay stacked right over the ankle, hence we ground the big toe knuckle. Feel that rooting. Continue to lengthen through your spine. Find your edge, and I commonly use blocks right under my forearms. And remember, blocks have 3 heights. Coming back out of lizard, bring your hands to frame the right foot steps back to meet the left. Sit back to child. Inhale up to all fours, tuck your toes, take your final downward dog. Feel what's different than 20 minutes ago, or almost 20. And release yourself down to the mat. And go ahead and lie down on your mat for final Savasana. I'm going to stay seated to just talk you through the final meditation. But just take a moment to lie down on your back. Let the arms drift away from your body, palms up. Let your feet drift away, flaring out. And simply feel yourself lying here on the earth. Feel your connection to Mother Earth beneath you. Imagine a silver cord from your heart connecting you deep, deep, deep to Mother Earth, the heart of Mother Earth. And then feel the infinite space around you. Imagine a silver cord from your heart connecting you to the heart of Father Sky. Beyond Father Sky to Grandmother Moon. And beyond the moon to Grandfather Sun. Feel your connection in this world. Knowing you were born to be here at this moment, at this time. And feel yourself softening, melting into the mat. As we honor all the creatures, the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged and the finned, as we give gratitude to all sentient beings and the oneness of it all, knowing you have a place here in the web. Stay in Savasana as long as you like today. Thank you for joining me for the warrior practice from Canyon to Shea. Namaste.